Meltology is the study and exploration of melted structures that were damaged during an extreme heat event that apparently took place in our not-so-distant past. We're talking temperatures well above 6,000 degrees. The evidence is all around us. You just can't miss the melt. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Once you see the melted bricks, you won't fall for their lame-ass tricks. Geologist, you're fired. The word mountain has no standardized geological meaning, so there's that. Meltology 101. Boom, baby. Tardy glue buffet right here. A successful woman is a woman who can lay a firm foundation with the bricks that others have thrown at her. I don't have haters, I have fans in denial, baby. This is a jackwagon free zone. How many people were in the car when JFK was assassinated? Boom, baby.
Told me it was all in my head, and I don't know what I'm talking about.
According to Encyclopedia Britannica, mountains generally are understood to be larger than hills, but the term has no standardized geological meaning.
Meltology 101, baby. Once you see the melted bricks, you won't fall for their lame-ass tricks. Geologist, you're fired.
Told me it was all in my head, and I don't know what
baby.
Just how many, quote, natural formations are really just extremely weathered, once extremely large stone-built structures? Maybe there are many stone granite hills, and even maybe mountains that dot our earth, which are grand structures of a forgotten people.
Boom, baby.
Tell me it was all in my head, but I don't know what I'm talking about. They tell me it was all in my head, but I don't know what I'm talking about.
Welcome to the party, pal!
Tell me it was all in my head, but I don't know what I'm talking about. They tell me it was all in my head, but I don't know what I'm
According to Encyclopedia Britannica, mountains generally are understood to be larger than hills, but the term has no standardized geological meaning.
Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Motherfucker.
Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the show. And Jinx wanted to say hi. Hey, Jinx? Yeah, okay. Let's bring up Jen, TruthSeeker69.
I'm on the wrong side.
Hold
Hold on. There you go.
There you go.
No, I feel much better
Much
now.
better. Yes. So,
Hi,
how you doing?
James.
Yeah, she's gone now. So
So cute.
yeah, she just wanted to say hi, I guess. But yeah, hi Jen. How are
Thanks
you?
for having me on, Chapu. This is exciting. I love doing shows on your channel.
Yeah, I don't know what got into me this morning. I just wanted to
Like, you want to do
do
a show?
a show. Yeah, you want to do a show? I don't know on what, but
We're doing it. We're
Yeah.
just doing it. Going for it.
got a couple of things that I had wanted to talk about. Couple shows, so let's just do it all in this one. So
Mm-hmm. And we're going to go look at some of the links that I have as well, following with your title, energy, frequency, vibration, the ether tech that they were using, and the Egyptians and what kind of technology they had, which was basically the same as Tesla technology, DJed columns, and energy, frequency, vibration.
exactly. Yeah.
And those sites, I haven't brought them up in a while. And we'll maybe people forgot about it or haven't seen them yet, but they're lengthy sites, and there's a lot to go over. It explains so much about what we're seeing with this technology.
Yeah, because all this, what you just mentioned, light, frequency, sound, vibration is the basis of this place. It makes up this place totally.
Yep.
And everything that we use is based out of these vibration. All is vibration, like electricity, movement, anything, emotions, thoughts. All of them has a vibrational frequency to it, and you can harness it some way, and you can use it in other ways. And
what it seems to be like with this, when we say energy in the ether, the air that we breathe is literally energy, guys. So this energy has a frequency, and I think as we go up in our atmosphere within the dome, those frequencies tend to get higher as you get higher as well. So you're tuning into these certain frequencies with this technology that they were using, especially the headgear that they would wear.
Yeah, because everything. Let's see. Let's start right away with some the picture to explain a bit what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was looking at the wrong screen. So,
I do that all the time.
Okay, yeah, well, I'll take this one. Okay, this one, it's easy to see. Because like anything, even us, every objects, this is how they act. Can you see it? Yes. All right.
Yep, we see it. You want to make it on extra big for everybody? Here, I'll do that. There we go.
So this is just one building.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the lines here. This is like what we call the etheric field, the air, the energy that's all around us. But buildings and humans and animals, anything like pushes the energy, like it compresses it like upwards. Like here, where it compresses, where they usually put the crosses or the spires. This is where the energy is more compressed because of the buildings.
Exactly.
And depending on the shapes also. It's all have different aspects.
Right. This is why we see some with conical roofs and domes, and other types of even the obelisk with spires and tech on them as well. Of course, they give us narratives like they're reliquaries or have some other type of purpose, just aesthetics, but we know better now.
Yeah.
We better understand the grid system and what they were doing.
Exactly. And all of these have specific frequencies, like in each lines, because it's kind of like, well, I'll go right into another picture. What I like to compare it, and many great minds, or if they're real or not, did the same thing. They all compare it to sounds of music,
Yes, exactly. And this is what in the 1800s they had everybody change the tuning of their instruments to from 442 to 430 or something like that.
Yeah, from 432 to 440.
Right. Okay, I
Not,
had it
not a
backwards.
big change, but just a good change. Not a good change, but a change, because the 442 is more harmonious with the nature,
Hmm.
and the 440 is just off the beat. It's still
Right.
there, but just off of it, so you don't get the full um,
Uh,
vibration benefits.
Right. And if you're tuned into your favorite radio station on the old ones where we'd have to turn the dial and tune it in to that certain, 99.5 FM. If you were at 99.4, you could hear it a little bit, but it'd be staticky and it would pop in and out and it would break up and you would not get the full enjoyment of 99.5 if you were on 99.4.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
and it's the same goes for everything around us. And the
That's
fact that they are soaking us in 5G technology and small radio waves, really
yes.
small, extremely low frequencies, is extremely bad.
Yeah, the extreme low and the extremely high both are bad, exactly like electricity.
Hmm.
If you get the big amplitude, you will get shocked and die, and low not so much, but depending on the amperage, it's
Well, they're actually using, sound cannons. They've been using them for a long time, but they have reintroduced them to our military over the last 25 years where they're using sound cannons and buildings in certain areas, at least in downtown Philadelphia back in the 90s and the early 2000s when skateboarding was really popular and kids were skateboarding all over downtown areas and stuff to keep certain age groups away from their buildings. They would have technology put on their buildings that shoot out a certain frequency that people between the age of 10 and 19 or
yes,
10 and 17, something like that, because the ear canal grows at a certain rate. And when you're between those ages, your ear canal takes in certain frequencies that it wouldn't if you were an adult, which would deter that particular age group away from their buildings, because clearly they don't hire people under 18 or whatever. You wouldn't have no reason to be in this building or even on its property unless you worked in it, that kind of stuff.
yeah. Anyone can go download any hearing app, and you can try it. You'll see for yourself how old they say how old your hearing is, but it is different for everyone. Like me, I've been I always had like hearing problems, not problems, but with my canals, so my hearing is not. Yeah.
I was always at an ear, nose, and throat specialist. I always had earaches. I had swimmer's ear. I had, the sinuses going down into the throat, the swollen glands, all that stuff. So I've always had, and right now, even my one eardrum is just messed up. I can't really hear very well out of this one ear.
Yeah,
That's been that way for a long time.
Yeah, me too, Jen. I see someone MIR said 440 bad vibes. It's not that it's bad. It's that you don't have the full benefit. And since I tuned my instrument to 442, the music flows better. I don't know how to say it. I can play more stuff easily than when I used the previous 441. So for me, it made a big difference. But if it's harmful, not really, because it's super low or super high frequencies that are,
Mm-hmm.
it's
And, when you showed that building a minute ago, which it helps us to better understand, what they were doing, especially in all the different countries, like in India and in China. In China, you have the pagodas. In India, you have the stupas, and all their temple layouts, which they are not temples. Now, we know they're not temples. They're not tombs. They're clearly components on this grid system that help them with their free energy grid system of whatever they had at the time. And each component had a certain frequency and a purpose, a functionality on that grid system. Yeah. And we're going to see that with all these different, it runs through every aspect of our lives, to tell you the truth. And even when we would see in the cathedrals, these elaborate organs and pipes that would pump out these certain frequencies and stuff. And what was all that to heal people, to generate some other kind of etheric energy within the atmosphere itself? I don't know, but I think we might not ever figure it out. I'm sure it was multifunctional for
Yeah,
sure.
I think I was going to say it's all of that you mentioned.
Right,
All of
right.
it, for the to make it good in the atmosphere and for everyone, because that's how we are supposed to live for the benefit for all, not just
Hmm.
the churches or the clergy like they do now,
Right, right. Yeah,
but not now, but what they do in the 1800s. So
absolutely.
yeah, I just wanted to show this because we always see these scales and stuff. Jinx, come on. And they say that music notes have only like 7 notes, but in between these 7 notes that you have these ones that makes a total of 12. And after each 12 like this, you can see like this is like the first wave, the second wave have multiple waves.
Hmm.
But when you arrive at 12, you start again from the start of the frequency, but at another level, or what you call in electricity amplitude. You have voltage and amps.
And
And
we're going to talk
voltage,
about voltage and all this stuff in just a
yeah,
little bit, how it all plays together with the energy and the frequency, the
because
voltage,
they,
power.
yeah, exactly, Jen. Because they like to separate things, compartmentalize things, but
Yes,
actually they all the same.
they're all the
Electricity,
same. And we're going to
sound, vibrations are all the
And this
same.
is why they're telling us that these things that we're seeing called hieroglyphs in Egypt, that they're spiritual. They mean something about the gods or everlasting life and all this stuff. These
Yeah.
things that they're holding in their hands, when actually that's not the case at all. These are actual electrical components that go together and create a device that allows them to, like we have a device in our hands and I can communicate with Chapu, no wires, all this stuff. They had wireless technology back then.
Yes. And what I like, it's how the G, the G, they use it for a lot of things. And in music, you can see, look, it's the perfect separation from both waves. It's a perfect wave. It's what they
Right.
call
Yin yang, black and white kind of thing.
no,
And
what? Yeah, I was trying to find like the name of in the frequency. I don't remember. Not an octave, but one 1 hertz, one frequency, because one consists of one up and one down.
oh, okay,
That's
gotcha.
that makes one. And the G, they use it for the god, for the masons, and this one in G in music represent the sun, the planet of the sun. Always in the perfect alignment. So
Right.
all is connected to everything. And also when you look at another kind of musical scale, this one you see, no, that's
Fibonacci.
but it's always like in a spiral motion, because like I said, when you arrive at 12, it doesn't start back at the first one. No, it continues on another, like,
Right. And this is a 2D image of a 3 and 4 dimensional vibrational frequency, just like we were talking about the sigils and the sigil dancing. We're seeing the side view of what this looks like frozen in its frequency right here. But if you can imagine it twisting and turning, and just like a DNA strand even has dimension to it,
yes.
like the sigils. You see a sigil, you pull up sigils and you look at them and you see them, but imagine them like a wind chime with dimension to it, and they're moving and spinning and turning. And that's why you have a lot of these the spellcasting codes of choreography, all this spinning going on and all this different movement, like we saw in the alien ant farm video with the kid with the mask on doing the sigil dances. He was
Yes.
spellcasting with that. And they understand these frequencies.
Yeah, it's from a long time that they know, because they have been like making books and experiment on this type of thing. I don't know if this
And they've
one.
weaponized music. They've weaponized it to
Yes.
control the masses and to steer their narratives and to steer humanity in the direction they want to steer us.
Yes, because I was trying to find the one. As you can see, it's always goes like this in a spiral
Melanie's
pattern.
here. Look, Melanie's here. She's a little late.
Can you guys hear me?
You're a drop now, Melanie.
Can you guys hear me?
That one's funny. So yeah. This is one other way to look at it. Just superpose
Oh, I
all
like
over
that one.
each
Yeah.
other. It's the same thing as this, but all in one. Because it encompasses everything. Because this one is only like this one close up. If you should like zoom out, you should see the same thing over and over, like a fractal pattern.
Right.
Because there's infinite numbers of frequency and infinite numbers of lower frequency. But there we only got like
Wow, that's a really cool picture. Go
yeah,
back to
this
that last picture.
no, this one.
That one. Wow. Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah, you can see that it goes infinitely. This is the 1 and then it's all spread out, always in the same constant. Because
Yeah.
it's a pattern.
This reminds me of like even looking at an eye of a fly, how it's got that pattern on it. The everything is held together by frequency.
Yes. Is that the one? No, it's not the one I was searching, because there's so many. Not this one. You see the type of wave they do. These low waves, like frequency. There's not even like the lowest. The frequency radio waves are okay for us. It depends on just on the length that you're exposed to it. If they are, I can't find the one I'm searching for. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Take your time. A couple people who are a little late. I'm just saying, just a little late, but just late enough to be tardy. So we're gonna fix that.
Don't be tardy for the party.
You know who you are.
Anyway, we're gonna just look at this one, because this is like the frequency that we use here, like the one that we use, and this is like only what we can see of the frequency. The colors, actually, how we can see the colors are because of the frequency that reflect.
And if you can see the next frequency over, you might be saying you see dead people.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Because some people have that second sight, they call it, where they can see beyond the veil of scope of our vision, color range.
Or people that see like what they call the aura, or depends on which type of I'm gonna say religion of. If you follow science, you're gonna call it the biofield, but if you follow like more natural ways, you're gonna call it either aura or the chi or the energy from your body.
Right.
But they're all the same thing.
All the same thing. Our body gives off a frequency that can be seen if you have the eyes to see it. And some are born with that sight.
Yep. But maybe it's a defect, because just like being colorblind, it's a defect in your cones in your eye, because a malformation. But these maybe they had one more that we don't. That's why they could see these type of frequencies.
Right. What the freaky thing is that when they're making these genetically modified, designer babies, they can activate these parts of their DNAs to have this stuff.
Yes.
And, then they're messing around with stuff they shouldn't be messing around with, of course. Things are the way they are, I think, for a reason. God said it this way. And, man goes tinkering beyond his level.
Yeah. No, they tampered with the DNA for sure for a long time. And now, today, it's even worse, because they try to hack the DNA now, But they're not trying. They did. They do.
They're weaponizing it.
Yes. They did do it. But the way that we can overcome this is by taking control of our biofield and knowing that you have the control of your own body, for sure. But they will try to take control of you if you don't know that you can control your own biofield.
Well, this is what they're trying to do with the poo-poos, if you will.
Yes, exactly.
To hack your biofield and then be able to program your biofield to whatever they want. Stage 3 stomach cancer, boom.
Yeah.
They want everybody slow, sick, and dying. And
Yeah,
ever since a few years ago, our medical field was making sure people were living longer, things were, moving along, and now we've taken a giant leap backwards
yeah,
as far as the medical field, but they've advanced on their end as far as, poo-pooing everybody that they can to be programmable.
yeah. And what they use most of the time is our emotions, because our emotions drives all of us, and if you are like in these low vibration emotion, like most of the people here, in this place, not here in the chat, but in this place, you know most of people live in those low vibrational emotions.
Mm-hmm.
And just sometimes you have these high vibrational emotions, but you should always be like all of these ones every day.
Mm-hmm.
And these ones not too long, because if you stay too long in either of these ones, you might lose yourself.
And this is very, very true. Depression and strife in your life, different things that happen, especially if you're not used to coping with those things. Some people are used to that kind of chaos in their lives and they can handle it.
Yeah.
But other people, wow, there is a helicopter. Do you hear this?
No.
A huge helicopter just went over my house. That was crazy. I just got lost in my thought here. Oh, depression. Yeah, you get stuck in this stuff, and it can really sink you down like a weight. It's heavy. You can feel it. That is in such a negative vibration, and it gets stuck in that. It's really hard to get out. It's mucky. You get stuck. Some people wallow in it for years, even. And then of course the medical field comes in and wants to medicate you and stuff. But a lot of things that happen to us during our childhood, traumas that we endure during our childhood, whether they're extreme or mild, they're still trauma nonetheless. And if those things can surface later in life. So when you do have something traumatic come up, it's a lot more difficult for you to deal with whatever that is, because maybe you haven't fully healed from trauma that you had that you didn't even realize you had when you were younger. All these things play into so much with our emotions.
Yes, exactly. And these emotions, you need to let it go as soon as you can, because when you wake up in the morning and you wake up like frustration and irritation, that's how your day will be, so you don't want that. So.
You want to try to live in the attitude of gratitude. Inhale, love, exhale, gratitude. It's not easy all the time, especially in this crazy place we call our reality. It can be very trying, but also you can kind of make a game out of it and then just, be mindful of yourself and your emotions. And when you feel yourself getting triggered into these rages or sadness or pissed off or worrying about, worry is a huge thing going on in our world, because people hang on to worry. Some people, it's their only purpose in life to worry. And you need to let go of worry. You need to live in the now, because when you're worrying, you're either worrying about something that happened in the past that you shouldn't be dwelling on, or you're more worried about something that's happening in the future that you have no control over.
Yeah, exactly. When it goes on and on, if you worry and then you start to blame and get discouraged and then it's all the spiral down. It's one after the other. If you don't get over it, then just move on. But the only way you can do this, if you can feel good about yourself. Just feeling good, it brings you up. When you talk a good thing, that a good quote that I really like is one from where is it?
Look at Mark says, I play a game every day trying not to see melted stuff. I lose every time.
No, you
You got that right, Mark.
Yeah.
And your interview with that old world Tartarian research guy, sorry if I got his name wrong, was really good. You did awesome on that. I love that.
Yeah, nice, because it was maybe an hour and a half, and I was listening to it, and then it's already over. I think it was last 40, and I looked, wow, it's already been an hour and a half, and I wanted more. I wanted it to continue, but but they said they might do it again, so
Oh yeah, definitely, that would be cool.
Yeah, but this is what I love. This quote, don't speak negatively about yourself, even as a joke. Your body doesn't know the difference. Words are energy and cast spells. That's why it's called spelling. But change the way you speak about yourself, and you can change your life. What you're not changing, you're also choosing.
That's very true. And if you put an S in front of the word, WORD, you have sword, and they can cut like a knife.
Exactly.
So you watch what you say to yourself, about yourself, and to others.
Yes. No, words are like swords.
Mm-hmm.
They're even more powerful, because bodily wounds, it heals quickly, but emotional wound with words can be harmful for a lifetime.
This is
Some
very
people
true. Very, very true.
cannot get over some things that people said, and
that's very true.
Very true. So let's get into. I had like a lot of videos and stuff, but I don't know where I'm going to start with. Which one?
Well, I'm just going to play this real quick, just so everybody knows. I'm pretty sure you already do, but in case you don't.
According to Encyclopedia Britannica, mountains generally are understood to be larger than hills, but the term has no standardized geological meaning.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right, so I got this one. Oh, this everybody have seen it, but it's always nice to relook. All right. Okay. So I am still sharing. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. There you go.
Okay. So everybody knows about these frequency patterns that can be done with just frequency and salt. Just crystalline.
Yes, I love this one. Yeah. Is this the one where they show it turn it into a dragonfly?
No,
There was one that David Icke showed a while back, years ago. And one of the things was a tortoise shell it took the shape of, like a tortoise pattern, and then it turned into a dragonfly. Like it literally held the pattern with the wings and everything of a dragonfly. It was crazy.
Yeah, I think I've seen it. But these one are just like to show. It's just a short. I think that I have like a longer one. Where is it? The one, I think it might be in this one, because this one, I think it's the one that everybody have seen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been a while since it has been playing on YouTube.
I remember the first time I saw that video with the salt on there, and I was like years and years ago, and I was just so blown away. It's crazy.
You can see the patterns, and you can see all the patterns of life, in all of this.
Absolutely. Sacred geometry, cells, everything.
Yes, exactly.
And all they're doing is tuning into different frequencies, and it's doing this, guys.
Yeah, just vibrations. It's the vibration that actually does.
So if they can figure out the frequency of the Cancer, all they got to do is tune into that frequency and then double it, and it dissipates it. Royal Raymond Wright frequency machine. Look it up.
Yeah, I think it's you just need to find the frequency and hit it with this frequency, because the same frequency interact with each other and nullify each other.
Exactly. And we know that the higher ups who run the show and the medical and all that crap know all this stuff.
Yes.
They should have. We should all have these machines in our houses already. We wouldn't need them. You see how it works?
Yeah, but that's why they needed to destroy all this information, because the medical system they wouldn't need of it. We wouldn't need of any of it, except if we like break something or something. But even breaking something, an accident, like we always say, nothing happens for nothing. Everything has a reason.
Yes.
And if you listen to the Germanic New Medicine, it tells you everything. Even if you broke a feet, it's something you did in your life. It's really something when you look at the research that they did.
They are so far advanced. I can't even imagine where they're at with all this stuff.
Jen, I had a site. I know I already told you. I had a site about all the patents that they do in the US. I started looking into some of it. I had to stop because it was too crazy. I couldn't believe what they were playing with.
Yeah, I mean we we don't even know what's real anymore, guys. I mean they're just messing with stuff, and they get so much more advanced, and they're doing stuff that we can't even really fathom.
Yeah.
I got one of these 5G lights out front of my house. God only knows what that's doing. And that once that showed up, things really started changing around here. I mean, even in my personal life, it's just crazy stuff.
Yeah, it can
Sorry,
affect.
chop this pole down.
Yeah, it affects your emotions. So,
Mhm.
but this is what you were talking about. We showed it. You see how different frequencies affect the same one. You see, this one was not the same one, but if you hit the same
Yeah,
vibrational, it absorbs the vibration or just reflects it,
right.
because it's a reflection. Only the one that he does. Look, nothing happened with this one.
So he's using a different size. He's got to use the same size.
Yes, exactly
Right.
the same.
This is why the obelisk, you see the obelisk, the same
Yes.
size in Egypt, on either side of what they say is a temple or a walkway.
Yes, that's what I wanted to show right next. Like they always have these pillars, the same type of pillars.
Mhm.
And I have this picture, you see.
Oh, that's a good one, Chapu. I
These
like that.
two ones, they're the same thing, same size. They probably just communicated like with each other. Like,
Same tech on top, everything. I wish we knew what was inside these balls.
but do you see? Look, Jen,
They got their power lines hooked up to these things,
Yes.
guys. Nothing to see here. And now look, let's just stay right there, Chapu. These two things, I imagine in my head, wound up in a cemetery somewhere with Wilson slapped on the side of them. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because
probably.
they would have to take this stuff down and put and take it somewhere if they
Close
can't get
the
rid of it all the
other
way or
one,
whatever.
Oh, where is it? I lost the tab that's still playing. Okay.
But yeah,
Sorry.
this is the type of stuff that we see in cemeteries. These type of obelistic type monuments with just a name slapped on the side of it. Oh, they're just so rich, and they only put their name on it. Wilson.
Yeah, exactly.
There's an overabundance of obelisks in graveyards, and standing columns with urns on top of them and stuff.
Yep, that's right.
This is the equivalent to a DJed column here. This tech right here.
Yes, just like if you look at this.
I love Skippy peanut butter. I'm a Skippy girl. Always have been. Yes, this right here, exactly. It's the same, guys. It's the same.
Yeah. Like I said on the show with Martin, this coil, I think they represent, look, they have arrows. And this coil said that this thing is the same thing, and this thing is the same thing as a coil.
Exactly.
I think that's what they were representing.
Now, they used a lot of symbolism in the old world, just like the Egyptians and stuff, just like when you see electronics, all the electronics have their own symbols, and they know which components go together. They didn't have to write all this down and say, well, this is this and blah, blah, blah. It was known.
Yeah, exactly. It was known. And something that I just remark with the same thing, these things, they're
Yes.
always both the same.
The same, exactly.
You always need two of them, and probably when you connected to the thing in the back, they produce the energy, but if you retract it, they don't touch. There's no gap, so the energy stop.
That's
But
right.
if you put it back there, the energy start back again, and they communicate with each other, creating the energy, propagating all over the place to these metal things that is everywhere in those buildings, because they call it.
Our friend from Japan's here.
Oh, hi, Hame-chan.
Hi,
Candy.
John. Hello. I think you were a little late too. I just was saying you're a little late.
I don't feel turd.
I don't know why you did that. That sounded cool though.
I know what. Anyway, we're gonna go out.
Mercury's probably in those balls, but I can't say for sure. It's an assumption, a theory, until I know for sure. It could be some kind of red mercury, not just Mercury, but
you're
red
talking
mercury.
about Mercury, Jen. I'll just go. I have something I want to just cover. I'll cover it right away because this is really interesting. Okay. Look at this. They call it Mercurius here. This is a depiction of Mercury, but on a cross. And we know the cross of two frequencies create the energy.
That's right. You're going to see
look,
that
he's
also.
holding two. They said caduceus, but it's not the same thing as the medical one. Yes, exactly. It's two rods that makes energy.
Exactly. Now they they say that the Ankh in Egyptian terms means giver of life, and it has to do with the gods and spirituality and stuff. But it's actually a component just like this.
Yes. An Ankh is just a cross, but with the rounded top.
The oscillator. It oscillates.
Yes. Exactly. Do I have the picture of it? I think it's in another folder. But we know. I know what you want, what you're mentioning. No, I don't have it. Okay.
Yep, red mercury and radium. They had radium everywhere back in the day, and somehow it just got lost to his story, tucked back away in a drawer somewhere.
Yeah, because I think they couldn't explain how it works, so they had to get rid of it. But it's so simple. It works on itself.
Exactly. See, they can't have that stuff. They can't have anything free. You can't put a price on free. You're not going to have people on the daily grind, rat race, wheel of life that we're on if everything is free and abundant. They don't want people living in happiness, high frequency, and abundance.
No, like this. Just we talk about all the earth, our art energy control this place.
Mm-hmm.
If we are in low vibration, like what's going on right now, a lot of people are in low vibration because they think that a lot of people are getting killed, but we don't really know what's going on. Can only see what they show us, but what they show us, it's not.
What they show us is fear-based mind control, whether it's happening or not. This is to keep everybody's consciousness trapped in fear that it might come to your front door and get you. All this stuff.
Yes. And I said on CFM last time that they were talking that somebody from Montreal, I guess from Quebec, Canada, was killed, and he was 33 years old today. They said that someone from my city, I think they will do it for every city. Oh, someone close to someone in the city was died over there, just to get more people sad.
They never say anything good happens. They don't talk about anything good, wonderful, and beautiful that happened during the course of any given day on the news.
Yes. and this thing is what we were calling our heart energy. But what when I see this every time, I think about this thing, not this one, but these ones. They were
Oh
always.
yeah, I remember this. The Care Bears. And doesn't what's his name, Iron Man, have that thing in the center of his chest too?
Yeah, but look in this one. Look what they represent.
It's money.
Dollar signs instead of heart.
The Mandela effect at dollar sign.
Oh yeah. Yes.
It's all his fault.
Yep. Okay. I had something really interesting that we can look at.
Mr. Beast is in the house. Annette is here. Angela, Melanie, Johnny Cool, Beyond, Langung. I hope I said that right. Messa Melt's in the house. Zal is here. What's up, everybody? Who else we got?
Welcome everyone.
I see CFM up earlier chatting. What's up, CFM? What's up, Jeannie? I know you guys are listening.
Okay. Do you remember just that has nothing to do with what I showed with the St. Elmo's fire, on the ships,
Yeah.
Like this, it's open into showing the frequencies that are gathered around these points. But what I found interesting is that everything has it, but look on the broccoli.
Wow.
Over this is the same thing, even
I love broccoli.
But it makes the same effect as St. Elmo's fire on masts of ships when they look into ultraviolet photography, I guess. Yeah, really interesting.
That is very interesting.
And our body and our hands are the same thing. The tip of our fingers produce the same effect.
Right.
But we cannot see it,
Can you guys hear me?
All right. Okay, so we'll get into.
Can I share a tab real quick?
Oh yes.
Okay, all right. And then while you're looking and get sent, we'll bounce back and forth between each other.
Yeah, go ahead, because I have so many. My stuff is all mixed up. I have to search for.
All right, good. Entire screen share. All right, can you guys see this? Can you guys hear me?
We can see it.
All right, so it says Jacob's. Should I show this one? Is this going to be okay for you, Shapu?
Yeah, no problem.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no.
Okay. Yeah. It says Jacob's ladder and the antenna of the temple, the human body, because your body is the temple, and you have temples on either side of your head. As they call that, your temples. Ancient monuments and temples appear to have been designed to harness cosmic and terrestrial forces. They function like a transceiver. So here's a diagram of the pyramids, and they explain what's going on with these types of things here. I'm not going to read all of that, but I want to scroll down here a little. It says, all that is waving in resonance with vibes. So we're talking about energy, frequency, vibration here, guys. I will drop this link in the chat. I'll do it right now so I don't forget, because this is a lengthy site. We're going to scroll through it. It's very educational, very informative. I encourage all of you to take a look at it and do your own research. So I've had this site for quite some time. Okay, so here you can see that they're harnessing energy with these types of components. These are not temples and monuments like they would have you believe. And we see a lot of these standing towers with the point conical roof on top, just like we see with pagodas, and they usually have windows going down them. These are resonant cavities that are through the center of these. So the cosmic energies of the heavens above are sometimes channeled into the buildings and megalithic structures of Earth using an antenna-like conical structure on an ancient religious architectural building like the stupa or pagoda. The mast slash these other names here is a conical structure that functions as the antenna of the building. Okay, so they're admitting here that they are harnessing energies into these buildings. These buildings are components, they're not actually temples. Here's a pagoda here with the diagram with the mast, has 9 rings on it, and then the pole goes straight down into the floor of the building and it gets grounded, and each level has a functionality here. And you can see, we see this tech everywhere with stupas, also down in cemeteries. This is one that's on the ground instead of on top of a building here, just like we would see in our cemeteries. There's an overabundance of obelisks and monuments in our cemeteries. It says the mast of the stupa, which represents the cosmic axis, functions like an antenna that channels the ether energy from the heavens into the earth. The heavens are represented by the chakra umbrella that are on the mast. So each level of this technology is tuning into the frequency of the ether. Just depends on which level you're tuning into here. As you can see here in their diagram of the flat earth, with the axis mundi in the center, which would be the camp of the saints, in our opinion. And also below us, which we covered before, which are the 9 circles of hell. It's very interesting. They have this looking like a coil coming down here, like a Tesla coil.
Yep.
And here's the keystone of the structure. Now, I think the Masons always have keystones in their structures. It says the keystone of the structure, which is the mass of the stupa or the axis mundi of the building, is like the spine of the temple's body. And that goes for our spine as well, because we are actually harnessing this energy. And there's tech that you could wear on your head that they wore in the old world to raise the vibrational frequency of their bodies and actually be able to possibly astro travel or teleport to different locations, or ride their magic carpets. We drive cars today. They drove carpets. The pagodas of the Far East, which were developed from the stupas, often have a central pillar built into the center of the structure. These pillars, like the spine of the human body, are able to bend in order to absorb the natural forces acting upon the building. So also these structures are meant to last a long time, the way they were built as well. While they're harnessing this energy, they were built to last the test of time. This is why a lot of them are still around. And we see these temples nowadays. Of course, they're muffed up, melted, and Baroque, most of them. But every once in a while, some of them get activated and you see a beam of light shooting at them. Okay, so we're going to scroll down here just a little bit more. It says, just as Jacob saw angels ascending and descending from the gates of heaven, Jacob's ladder, symbol of the human backbone, also sends messengers, electrical impulses from the gate of heaven to the earth and the body. So this frequency is ascending and descending as well, and it can come right into us. I think they have us capped off from these energies. Once we're walking on cement and asphalt all the time, so they're breaking our connection to the earth with these rubber soles that we're wearing, and also possibly the chemtrailing that they're doing to reflect or subside any energies that are coming down from the heavens to us that we would be able to pick up on. Surrounding us with these 5G low frequency towers also plays a part in this as well. So here's the DJED column. You're going to see this. We're going to talk about this in just a minute, how this technology works. It says Jacob's ladder is the spine, axis mundi of the earth and the human bodies of the Israelites and the Gentiles, followers of Christ, who yield their vessels to the influence of the Spirit of the Most High God. I am, according to Scripture. God does not dwell in the temples made by the hands of man, but his church is the human body of those same Israelites and Gentiles who yield their will to his and Christ is the cornerstone of the temple, Ephesians 2:20. So you can read that as well because it says it right there. Also, the apostles asked Jesus, how are you doing all this? How are you walking on water? How are you healing the sick? And how are you raising the dead? And Jesus said, everything I can do, you can do. Let thy mind's eye be single, your body will be full of light. And he was explaining how to get to these higher frequencies and to utilize them, that you can heal yourself, you can heal others, you can walk on water, you don't even have to have a car. There's no need for cars.
Yeah.
Okay, so however, for the pagans, temples and the bodies of those who yield their minds to the Antichrist. So you can see that how we're being bombarded by negative frequencies. We're being bombarded by the Antichrist frequency now, and that seems to be taking over. It's tuned more into that frequency, if you will, where we're at right now in this particular timeline. Okay, so here we're going to talk about the DJed columns. You see columns standing everywhere. If you look at the Roman architecture, Greek architecture, every architecture across the plane, you're going to find standing columns around the domes, around the buildings, down causeways, all over Vatican City. What is with all of these columns? Why did they need so many freaking columns everywhere? Well, this is it. It's because these are DJed columns. The Egyptians' DJed is similar is shape and function to the modern high voltage insulators. The spinal cord directs and insulates electrical signals from the brain to the body in the same way that a DJed and high voltage insulators do. Now, that being said, I'm going to go over here to this Royal Light International page here, which I'm going to drop this as well. This is very informative, very educational. I've showed it many times on the streams. And if you haven't seen it before, you need to read up on it and do your own investigation. You will not be disappointed. I'm going to explain to you what this Ankh is. The Ankh is both scientific and spiritual. Find out why. So here we're looking at the Ankh. The Ankh was used in ancient Kemet for many reasons, one of which was to conduct electricity. The Ankh was used to conduct electricity. That's right. Electricity was discovered thousands of years before Christ, and the Ankh was the tool they used, the Ankh. But not just the Ankh. They had other components that went with the Ankh. They had to go together in a specific way to create this frequency that they could utilize, that they were trying to harness. It says the Waz scepter in the top left of the picture, which is this right here, guys, represents power that flows through the Ankh, and it can also be seen going through the middle of the Ankh in the pic at the above. So here you can see the Waz scepters running down through the center of the Ankh. This is what it all put together.
Yeah. And they put the eagle there to show you that they use this symbol as well for the energy, the eagle with the open wings.
Right, exactly. So the DJed in the right of the picture, which is this one right here, it looks like a column, DJed column. The DJed in the right of the picture was used to help with voltage, and the Ankh itself is what was used to help with the flow of the electrical current. So here's our question. What is a DJed pillar? And the answer is DJed pillar is a symbol from ancient African culture which represents concepts related to stability representing voltage. You have columns everywhere across the plane. Everywhere you go, there's columns. They represent voltage because this has a component, it has a purpose and a functionality on this grid system. So why do we need the columns? Well, we need the columns to go with the Ankh because it's a DJed column if you're making this particular component. A cell phone's a little bit different than your laptop. Your laptop's a little bit different than your computer. Your computer's a little different than your alarm clock. They're all different components used for different things. The components used in your microwave could be very similar to what the components are in your phone, but they have two different functionalities.
Yes,
okay,
the DJed pillars are to like gather the atmospheric energy.
They're actually like the Tesla towers.
Yes, that's what it's for, gathering the energy. You know, they take the energy from the ether. And you were going to talk about the Ankh.
Yes.
That is the thing that it will vibrate with the energy, you know, and
Yep.
then it will be transferred to the other end, that what you're going to eat, that the scepter, you know. So
Yep. So the Ankh, it represents life or giver of life. I have 2 Ankhs tattooed on me, actually. I never knew before I read this site that they had anything to do with electricity or actual components. These are actually components that go together. And when you have the Ankh and the DJed column, you have current and voltage. Then you need the Waz scepter, which is a symbol related to power.
yeah.
So once you have voltage and current, you have power. They're telling you right there. It says the Ankh is the ultimate spiritual carrier wave of energy created by the ancient Kemets.
Yeah, because for me, what it represents, the Ankh, it's like a tuning fork, because it will take the vibration of what you put it to, you know, like do I have that video? I saw a video today that someone was ringing like a tuning fork and putting it on a bell, and if the tuning fork was vibrating in the same thing as the bell, the big bell will vibrate as well.
Right.
That's crazy.
So here we have the god Ptah, and he's actually holding the Ankh, which has the Djed and the Waz scepter in it. It is said that the instrument or God particle was used to heal the body and bring life. So this thing that he's holding here is not just some ancient, weird-looking staff thing that, you know, just did nothing. It had a purpose and a functionality, and it actually worked. It says when the electromagnet described in the Book of Ptah technology is constructed by connecting the Djed, the Ankh, and the Waz, it heats up as electrons move through the solenoid coil of the Ankh. The solenoid coil of the Ankh. Thus, there is a direct relationship between the movement of electrons or electricity to the flow of heat or thermodynamics. This relationship is further strengthened by the fact that the ancient African deity of technology and engineering named Ptah, who was depicted holding the Djed, Ankh, and Waz scepter symbol in his staff, is said to have been married to the goddess named Skemet, who was related to the power of heat or thermodynamics.
Yeah. And they use this technology for the boats, I think, because
Yes.
the mast are the pillars. The Ankh is the anchor that they drag in the water, but not on the ground. And the boat itself becomes the energy, you know? So
Absolutely, Shabu.
it's crazy how they use all of this and never told anyone.
Exactly. So here's the Ankh again. We see this all over Egypt. Now, when you see this thing and you're looking at ancient hieroglyphs from Egypt, now you know what they mean. They are electrical components.
Yes.
And here it shows here the flow image of what we see a lot of these, the Arch of Triumph and these types of things, all this type of architecture, they're actually giant CPU magnets. This is another site here I have. It talks about the
they're not actual magnets, but they behave like a magnet. That's more like precisely, because that you can bring metal, you know, it won't stick to it, you know. But the etheric energy behaves like a magnet would on the electromagnetic field, I guess.
Right. So you have the U magnet, which is the loop here. The U magnet would be making the energy oscillate and come back down again.
Yes.
Okay, so it's not just shooting out everywhere. They're looping this energy. You got the large induction coil here, which is the spine of Osiris.
That's how that's how it can vibrate for a longer time because of this looping. It doesn't dissipate.
It's infinity. It's everlasting life, which is what the Ankh represents, like an everlasting battery. It's everlasting life. They told us slightly different what all this stuff means in Egypt. Oh, the Ankh means giver of life. It means life, eternal life. It means that in the sense of electronics. Like your laptop will never have to be plugged in. It has everlasting battery life if you got an Ankh on it. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
They're having us thinking it has to do with spirituality, and they walked around with these things in their hands because they were just like demigods, and these are cool gold things that they carried or something. No, Here it is right here. This is the Tesla one, Nikola
Oscillator.
Tesla electric oscillator.
Yeah.
Just like the Ankh and the DJED column. He's got the same components in there.
And you see how it's shaped. I'm gonna show something similar. How it shaped this. How the.
Do you want me to come off screen share, or are you going to show it?
Oh no, you can continue, Jen.
Okay.
I'll show it afterwards.
So the DJED is another ancient Egyptian symbol, commonly represents a pillar that attracted the attention of researchers exploring ancient electromagnetic technologies. And like I say, these columns are everywhere in Egypt. You can find them all over the place, even today in your cities, different buildings, all over the old buildings and stuff. DJED or battery is made of placing two dissimilar metals on either side of a piece of papyrus, soaking it in salt water or acid. Greater power for what's that?
Oh, if you go up a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and you see no, go back down where the same paragraph you were. But look at what they are looking like. This is a battery. How they make an old battery, copper, paper, and zinc. But this looks like every building. Brick building, Jen, with bricks, and then a layer with of concrete, brick, a layer of concrete, brick. You see?
This is very true. Passing voltage through all sorts of metals experiments using these batteries were able to produce many chemical reactions and split molecules like water into hydrogen and oxygen. Egyptologists have long suspected the use of direct current in Egypt by many examples of electroplating jewelry. They suspected it, but they know it. They know what they were using, and they cannot let anybody else know what they were using. So they have these symbols be just related to.
Yeah, we've been saying this for since the beginning, that they needed this electricity to gold plate any jewelry that anyone has.
That's right.
And they don't say that they had energy. So. How did they do
or
it?
They'll make it like, well, they had it, but it was so minute. It was maybe just enough to get that one necklace electroplated. So this in Dendera, I believe this is where this is. This particular relief makes a lot more sense now. Reading what we've read, what these components were actually for. And of course, the buildings themselves, we see them everywhere across the plain, hidden in plain sight. They call them mountains now, even. Let me see.
Yes.
The megalithic structures, same thing with them, with the obelisks. And here again, you can see how the Temple of Apollo in Delphi is set up exactly like components on a computer grid system.
Yeah.
So these are not temples. They've lied to us. These are not temples. These are actually destroyed computer components. The grid system fried.
Yep.
But they'll slap a plaque on it, give it its narrative, walk away, and that's it. Aerial photo of Persepolis, Iran.
Yeah. Because people didn't live in these things. They live all around it, because this thing was powering the electric grid around for the cities.
That's right.
That's why they don't have like houses or anything, because nobody was there.
Right. Nobody lived in these things. No. Oh, they're just temples we worship. We put the linga stone. We pour milk over it and put flower buds all over it every day. That's what they were doing. They were worshiping a linga stone. Give me a break. Are you kidding me? Okay. Look at all the columns, guys. A lot of them are down. They're destroyed, but you can still make a lot of standing columns out. And not only, if you notice here's a square temple lined with columns, but also inside the temple is lined with columns as well. Just like this one here, the square temple, lined with columns on the inside. What do they need all that for?
Yeah.
Same with the computer.
Yeah. This place with the columns and all, it could have been like all closed up with the columns, creating like energy and reverberation inside the temple.
Yeah, definitely. There was roofs and everything,
Yes.
but you can see that there's columns in here.
Yes.
There's just a lot of the Egyptian supposed temples are just littered with columns everywhere.
It's,
And here we
it's
can see
just like, yeah, just like any power plant you see today. Nobody lives in those power plants, but people go there to work, to put stuff in. And but at that time, probably once it's built, you don't need people working anymore. So
right, exactly. Says the layout of these three main pyramids in Teotihuacan incredibly resemble the modern day circuit board with processors. This detail is unique to Teotihuacan, and like many other details, can only be appreciated from the sky. Placement of these ancient monuments was not random. Mathematical, geometrical, and geographical influences are obvious.
yeah.
Let me see what else is down here. Okay, well, they show the globe here with the ley line patterns, but if you just take the globe and squish it down flat, you have the flower of life pattern, which was being utilized with this Earth grid system. The world grid or Earth grid is a theory of our ancestors supposedly constructed their monuments on energy ley lines. When mapped and connected, create a significant pattern, some sort of energy web. The whole idea of the world grid is that the Earth is like a huge crystal with the energy flows around it at little nodals, energy paths intersecting and move all over the world. Now, these nodal points where they intersect are extremely high energy frequency points. If you notice, this one right here is right where the Bermuda Triangle is. This one here, I'm circling. It looks like it says 18 on it right here. Bermuda Triangle right here. Okay. Where you have these key nodal points, there's extremely high energy happening there. And there may even be beyond the veil type things happening there. Number 8 over here looks kind of where possibly where Skinwalker Ranch is. I'm not saying for sure if that's the location or not. And also could be kind of where Yellowstone is too. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But again, these are high frequency. If you look over here on Australia 44, I'm not sure if that's Pine Gap or not. I think Pine Gap might be over the other side.
I don't know, but the one that was in Quebec, number 9, that's also my favorite number.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I think it's at the Tower of Babel.
See? Yeah. Okay, and let me see what else I have here. Okay, so jumping back over to, what was it? Jacob's Ladder. Okay, yeah. Let me scroll back down here a little bit more, then I'll go over to you, Shapu. So here they're talking about the temple, your body temple. It's set up just like our Earth, the same chakra system, the same energy grid points. Our body is the temple. They want you to go to a temple. They want you to go to a church. Your body is the temple. Your body is the church. God, the kingdom of heaven is within you. And this is where you have to have that personal connection with Christ and with God and have that relationship and know thyself and know that you are pure energy, that you come from the Creator and that He loves you. And all of this is all going to just fade away. But what the problem is while we're here, we're detached from the true nature of ourselves and our connection back to the Creator.
Yeah, because your body is communicating back and forth with the etheric field. That is everything. That is everywhere. That is omnipresent. That is actually could be represented as the God of this place, the etheric field, all the energy that we're all going through. And I think it's made from us. And also what I'm going to talk later, how in geology they say the electromagnetics of the earth is made by the metal core that's rotating, and this is the energy field of the earth. But what is really going on here in Meltology, and in truly what is really going on, it's all the water currents that go in underground that are connecting and intersecting and moving and creating all this energy down there and propagating to what called the bricks, the sand, everything. That's really where the energy comes from.
That's right. So here we're moving down into some of the temples here. They call them temples. But here you can clearly see that they have a statue sitting inside one of these stupas with the tech on top. What was that? Was that a healing chamber?
Yeah.
Was that, say you're going to go visit your friend who lives across the plain, and it's kind of like a telephone booth. You get in here, you sit down, you go into your meditative state, you hook up your vibrational frequency to the ether frequency, and you can astral travel to your friend in Quebec and hang out for a while. All the while your body is here safe within this contained space of energy.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like to me. Why would they show people sitting inside these? You know?
Yeah.
It's our earthly plane right here. You got the zenith, which is Polaris. You got the sun and the moon and the primordial oceans below us.
Yep.
This is the dome up here, I guess. And as we get down here a little bit more, it gets into the tech of
cycles and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to scroll down and show people the headgear if I can get to it, right? Okay, so here's the stuff that they were wearing in the old world. You'll see a lot of these statues with some kind of weird headgear on top. We see that all over, China, Japan, India, Asia, this type of stuff. And they didn't wear crowns. They wore this type of headgear, which was tuned to a certain frequency of the ether, etheric energy, same as the pagodas. Same type of technology, except they wore them on their heads. And it's funny how they talk about us wearing tinfoil hats because, it basically has to be a type of metal. Like theirs was pure gold.
Yeah.
Now, when you see these things when you look at different places in Indonesia and Asia and stuff, you'll better understand what this technology is and what they were utilizing it for. It's called stacking plasma energy, which is why they have these different levels to it. Of course, the conicalness and how many rings is around it means how much energy you're going to stack, which means what you're tuning into. So if you're only stacking 4 or 5 toroidal energies, you're only going to turn into certain frequencies of the ether. If you're going higher with 9 stacking plasma as it's coming down, that's the type of energy that's coming into your building. And this is what it looks like. And they supposedly have ancient drawings of it that people were depicting through different countries, supposedly in ancient times.
Yeah.
Again, it looks very similar to the spine of Osiris, which is a D-jet column, which is what you see right here with these 4 rings around it. This is exactly what stacking plasma energy happens within these D-jet columns. It says plasma discharge and the toroidals they're talking about here. Again, we see the Russians had a lot of this type of stuff too. They were using a lot of these type of coils and machine type components in their real world scenarios. They took all that away from us, but the Russians seem to have used it for a while. You can see here a Russian harp in Ukraine. Same thing.
Yep.
These rings are stacking plasma energy. They're harnessing energy and then distributing it back out into the ether to affect certain things, especially if it's directed. Then you have a directed energy weapon, directed frequency energy weapon that can be harnessed and directed. Just like this here, this temple has an array of stupas with their tech on top. What do you need all these stupas for? This reminds me of a graveyard. Just like the harp array right here. Can you still hear me, Shapu? Can you guys hear
me? Yeah, you should.
So the stupas are arrayed like a Tesla harp antenna field, guys. They're showing you.
Yep.
Now we better understand what we're looking at. We better understand the functionality of these things and understand that this pagoda is not some high-rise apartment building from the old world, and it is certainly not a temple. It is tech that had a functionality just like this Tesla tower right here next to it.
Yeah. But, maybe temple, that's what it meant, and we changed the meaning of this, because...
temple towers, they're calling them. I think they should be called energy towers. The temple thing, the temple connotation comes with the idea of worship and repetitiveness. Like, you have to go to this temple, you have to worship. This is what they did, and they're structuring people around worshiping buildings of some sort. You know what I mean? Instead of fully understanding the true power and functionality of what these things were. Like, they tell us we're on a planet. They've always told us we're on a planet. They never lied to us about it. It's a planet, not a planet. So just because you say it wrong and you've brought up with this whole different narrative, you can't see that you're actually been told you're on a planet this whole time. Here you can see 2 Tesla coils, 260 feet apart with a house in the middle, and they go 10 stories up. So we're stacking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and this will be the 10th one up here, 10 stories of stacking plasma energy through this field. Between these 2 coils, this is where the magic happens, right here in the center. Between the 2 fields where they meet, that's where things work, turn on, and levitate. I will show you over here. It says right here, if I can move this over, hang on one second, guys. Let me see if I can slide it over a little. There it goes. It says, between the avenues of the Sphinx stood 2 generators, A and B. A is sending and B is receiving. Between these 2 antennas, a solitron or vortex field is generated. It is on the field that the heavy building blocks were carried, according to this narrative. And that could be very true. I mean, maybe that is how they built the stuff. If they had the technology and they have these massive things that they were putting up, it makes more sense that they were able to float them into place using levitation through these devices to place, to mold, to reform and shape even some of them to fit even better. Not just necessarily always exactly X factor event, but in some sites you can see that they're massive constructions. So where's all the machinery that they use? This is the whole big thing about, like, well, how did they make all this stuff? I think they were much larger than us as well. We have to factor that in.
Yep.
Here you can see a picture of the DJED column within the Ankh right there. This one is made of jade and probably has a metal within it as well. But I'm going to give it back to you, Shapu. I just wanted to, and I'll drop these links in the chat for sure.
Yeah, no, everything can be harnessed because everything here is energy, like just wind, just movement is energy. You just need to have the tool to harness it, and the easiest tool is just
but
metal.
If they never let you know that you have this connection to it, it's like you never use it. It just it atrophies. You know what I mean? You get too wrapped up in your. I had a whole thing. We're watching entertainment that's proliferating our brain constantly, and it's that in itself is steering our emotions. Just the entertainment itself that people saturate themselves with.
Exactly.
To try to explain to somebody, I mean, of course, I don't even know how to do this stuff. I am getting a better handle on my emotions, but this is next level stuff that we should have all been taught from birth. This would be a completely different world.
Yeah, exactly. And I think all of this has to do also with our own energy when you use these things like the crown or the helmet or because you need to concentrate your own energy also. Your thoughts are also some kind of frequency waves. That is energy also. But I wanted to. I lost what I wanted to show, but come back. But I have so many stuff.
I dropped all the links, guys, that I was showing on this presentation so far.
So what is this? I'll go. This is just how. Wait. Sorry.
Wow, it's not letting me drop the Jacob's Ladder link.
No, don't. I think you cannot do this link now anymore.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah, it's a dangerous link.
right? Because they don't want you guys to know this stuff.
Yeah, I got hit for making this link. So this is, kind of how etheric energy works, because this is the grounding and the atmosphere, ionosphere,
Mhm.
Then we talk about the buildings going up.
These buildings were built to the heavens. It even says it in the Bible. It talks about it in the book of the Nephilim. There's some type of book of Nephilim out where they also talk about the cities being built.
Yeah.
Massive cities to the heavens.
You see, this is what I was talking about, how to compress the etheric field, every objects, everything, and then it interacts with the energy. Like this is like a column, and it because it is narrow and really high, it really compresses, and also the pointy tip helps, because
That's
the pointy tip just touches with the first layer of the field.
Just like the mast of the ship.
Yes.
Is catching it. Let's see if I drop it in here. All right, I dropped it in the chat on the YouTube side, guys. I think that'll work.
Yeah.
Not
And here, this is just a thing to harness the energy. If somebody want to have this link also, I'll just put it. It's really interesting, because energy is everywhere. We just need the tool to harness it, and the most easiest tool to have now today is just coils of anything. Any metal coil can do the job, but mostly gold or copper, or
this is why
copper.
They took all the gold and copper. A lot of the copper domes are down. They left some up, yes. The gold's down from the domes. It's Baroque. Doesn't work anymore, these components. We utilize them for government buildings and all this public school stuff and libraries and palatial estates and stuff like that. But so they got rid of a lot of the gold. I mean, look at Palace of Versailles. That thing's covered in gold.
Yeah.
That was not meant to be lived in. This is why there's no bathrooms. It's a component on the grid system.
Yes, exactly. And remember, I showed them. Where is my picture of? This thing. Okay, remember this thing? How these? Do you see it, Jen?
Yes. Oh, this is cool. I remember this picture. Yes.
Yeah, you see that the water is like moving around it.
Yep, spiraling like a DNA. Yes.
Yes, but the reason it does this, because this generates electromagnetic field. This thing that we see
with the DJed columns in it. Yes.
Yeah, the DJed column and the crown.
Right, now let's just pause there for a second. Take a good look at these columns and think of your graveyards in your area and how many columns, just columns, not even obelisks or anything else. Columns with urns on them, columns with nothing on top of them, columns in the center of your graveyard that's on a turnaround. They're everywhere in graveyards.
Yeah. Yeah, I see a comment from our reality. They use very high water towers. Well, there's a problem with this, because after 10 meters, I think, there's no more pressure. It's a weird thing. You can go check it out on YouTube. You'll see a lot of experiment about it. But yeah, I want to show this because this thing can be reproduced using sound frequencies. And you will see here.
Oh yeah, look at that.
You see that you just turned the sound, but it's not levitating. It's still moving. It's just that the frequency that is moving is the same frequency that the camera is capturing. So that's why it looks like it's not moving. But it's still going down.
Right, exactly.
But because of the frequency that going through it and the
Now
camera,
think about your body is 70-80% water, guys.
yeah, frequency affect water really, really hard. This is not a trick. It can be
Oh yeah,
reproduced.
Freya, this is live, girl. We have 33 people here. Every time you vote.
Yeah.
No matter where we're at.
Yeah. And you see that it does the spiral thing. And I've got this one. This experiment, it's another same type of experiment. Anybody can do it. It's called the Kelvin water droplet. And it's just water, look, dripping into, it's not even a coil, usually if you want more power, you do this with a coil. But this one, look, you just use Pepsi cans and you connect one wire to this one and one wire to the other one to create the charge, just like the oscillator. You know how the energy was going through the oscillator, Jen?
Yes.
From one there to there.
Mm-hmm.
And you will see that just moving water create the energy. So if hair is like also a capacitor like this, just movement can, and look, it doesn't even have like where you can like a lab, some lab have coils and just coil balls.
This is why we're getting thunder and lightning during a thunderstorm.
Look, yes, look, it creates just a charge each like maybe a couple seconds.
Yeah, I see it.
Because it's alternative current, not direct current, so there's a gap. You need like to have
like my taser.
Kind of, yeah. But alternating current means that it's not constant. You need like something to gather the energy and then release it to have like a constant current. But this experiment can be done like in many ways. You can see.
And these bottle caps are aluminum, aren't they?
Just any type of metal would have worked because it's a good conductor of electricity. But the best one is gold and copper, silver as well.
Now, the reason they used a lot of gold during the building out of the grid system, especially on the domes, is because it does not corrode. It's the best. It's the one of the go-to things for electronics, for especially if you're having this on the outside of your building component, which would have to deal with weather.
Yes, but silver is the best, but it corrodes so easily that it's not usable.
Right.
So this is the same type of experiment, but closer up, and you can see the electromagnetic field around when the water drops and when the current is created. You see these waves. This is the gap. You see now, current, and then it settles down. The current, and then it settles down.
And you just showed that other video recently of the water coming down with electricity through the two shower heads the guy was using.
Yeah, this is the same type of experiment, but just closer. Just a closer look, just to show that it creates a magnetic field around the. It's not that one, no. But it's just water pouring through metal. Right. Metal, not even a coil, just a rounded parts. But look, and he used chains for wire. But you can see that the water is attracted to the electromagnetic field around the chains. Look, you can clearly see. I don't know.
Yes, transformers, the cathedrals, cathodes and anodes, processors, transistors, resonators, all that stuff.
Yeah, and all of this that you mentioned can be created with water, Jen. You can make a capacitor with water by putting 2 vials fill with water and salt and put it together, and you have a capacitor, because one liquid and another one, just like some buildings were built like this, one building surround another one. I don't know how to really say the words in English, so I'm so sorry.
It's all good.
But the one that I showed you, I think, it's from a big channel. I don't know if I could really show that one. Maybe just parts of it, because they use like high-tech setup. Oh, I don't have it in my link.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, Melanie, we hear you. You need to upgrade your flip phone to a better flip phone at least. Look on eBay or something, you'll find something. Amazon might have
I
it.
had like another one. Where is it? Okay. Yeah, and you were talking about we are mostly water, and
Yeah.
let's see that frequency in water, really.
Yeah, the music they use in this is good too.
Yeah. But you're supposed to be aware of your own body, how you feel, and most people are a really hard time with that today.
And we were talking about music frequency earlier, and how the plant life is like 70-80% water as well, maybe even 90% water, some plants. And you play certain music, high frequency vibrational music around plants, and they react to it. The vibrational frequency makes them perk up or wither up. Even if it was like, say, death metal or something, it'd be withering up.
Yeah, because words are energy and vibration. And just like you do with the rice experiment or the Emoto water experiment, you put your frequencies on it, and it produces either like bad effect or good ones.
Yep.
But what is... Yeah, I was looking at... I showed this already one, because I want to talk about any motion. All motion is energy, but you need just something to capture it, just like a coil. A coil is the best thing. You see, this is
Right.
like a coil, and you see that the energy transfers from one to another, because
Yeah.
they're the same, just like the columns.
Yes.
Same thing. They will reverberate the same way. And look, you can see that just with a speaker, that's a coil that just gather the energy of the motion. Wow. You can clearly...
This stuff is so easy. It's so simple. The components and the materials needed is so rudimentary and simple. It's amazing.
Yeah, now today we can find all that we need to build free energy, and we don't. That's the worst part. And look, you will show you will just put magnets. You see, just a magnet here on a band, and he's gonna put other magnets on a motor. And look, it's gonna show you what it's gonna do. You see, the magnet just pushed just a little bit. You don't need a big motion.
Yeah, I see it. Wow.
You see, it moves. But now he's gonna look. This is magnetic now, because he put like a magnet with metal.
Mm-hmm.
And look, it's gonna... what it's gonna do with the lights. It's gonna power the lights like... but if you can just put this thing to your pole outside that is high up in the air with the coil, a capacitor, and all of this, can create all the energy you want anytime.
That's everlasting energy right there. It's free energy, guys.
Yeah. We don't, and you don't destroy anything. You just take what's there. And today our energy is destroying everything, and that's the real problem, you know.
It's being done by design,
Yes. Yes, exactly. Because there's no money
and they
to
bank
make,
on our ignorance.
you know. It's only for money. That's the worst part of it.
Yeah, we're ignorant to all this, and they're banking on it because they're doling out this technology that's harmful to us. Even sitting in front of these computer screens and stuff, this is dirty energy that we're using, dirty technology. Even it's not harmonious to our body frequency. It's everything against it, including this 5G friggin' light I have out front of my house.
Yeah, exactly.
And the smart meters that are attached to everybody's house, and all the Wi-Fi we got running through everything. They did everything completely different in the old world, guys.
Yeah, and just like I showed on the last show, the city that they just destroyed because they wanted to build an hydroelectric dam to have the energy. They don't care about the people that they destroyed, the lives that they destroyed. They just want to make money with the energy, you know. And I found like many other places, atrocious stories, people losing their place to that they live just because a electric company wants to make money, and the government allowed this, you know. They don't care about the well-being of anyone.
Yeah, well, these are the people who decide what's going to be built and what kind of technology is going to be put forth, and they do this on purpose. They know this stuff. They're using this stuff in their bases and all their, black ops things and everything like that. They just hold it all for them and give us the destructive stuff.
Yeah, the speakers are both ways, you know. Yeah, you can create and make energy, like everything, like an alternator. If you turn it around, it becomes a dynamo, you know. It's the same thing. It's the same thing, but just another words
And weren't they
to say that.
supposedly using the dynamos at the World's Fair to power that?
Yeah.
Tokamaks. Let's talk about the Tokamaks. Do you have anything on that?
No.
Yeah, they used tokamak and dynamo technology. Supposedly was powering.
Yeah, but it's just a coil with an electromagnetic.
And then they just stop using this stuff and come out with what we have now.
Yeah, and the funniest thing is that all these electric vehicle can be charged while rolling, you know.
They know that too. Yeah.
You-
Our electric grid system here in the United States, and most likely, the whole North American continent, is ancient, guys, in our standards of stuff here. I mean, the littlest storm could come along and knock your whole thing out, and you'd be down for days. I was in Florida during many hurricanes. I know what it's like to go almost 2 weeks with no electricity. It's very fragile. It's rudimentary. It's archaic, if you will. And every house should have the technology. Every neighborhood should have a Tesla tower in it. I mean, every house should have an obelisk in front of it and all this stuff like that with the tech on top. We would be self-sustaining, self-illuminating, self-heating buildings. Exactly. And the water would be clean coming in too, because the water would be clean through the frequencies. Yeah.
And they use now every electricity that we have is connected to a plant that they are controlling, you know. And but all these towers gather etheric energy all the time, and they put it through the wires. They don't tell you that, you know. They have these hydroelectric. That's how they use, or nuclear energy. But most of the time they use hydroelectric now. But they don't tell you that all these towers also gather the energy and put it into the wires. And this is, but I didn't I have really interesting stuff that I need to show before we end it, because I'm gonna change it. I had this the colors that we see, you know, they're all frequencies, and depending on But the reason that we see colors is because light is every color, you know. Light is all the colors, but the object that we see, let's say this thing is blue, it's because it absorbs all the colors but reflects only the colors that it is. So that's why we see that like this is blue, you know, because of this, because it reflects the same thing. And very interesting experiment that the people have done. I'll start with this one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm not sharing, no. Okay, no, I think we'll...
Hey, Curtis. I think you were late. I just wanted to say, I noticed you a little while ago saying hi to everybody, and I thought, is he...
Okay, just... Okay, so this is the green.
Welcome to the party, pal.
All right, no.
Can you guys hear me?
All right, okay, so maybe we'll start with this one. Okay, so if people didn't see this is really interesting, and it has to do with some event that happened not long ago. All right, y'all see this?
Yes.
Okay, so I won't play the sound, but you'll see he's gonna enter like one frequency, and you see this frequency makes this laser green, color green, and you see that the green is not affected at all. And also you don't see the laser, only when there's smoke between the... And here he's gonna change the frequency to another one. Oh, this one, you see that the laser is actually like blue.
Yeah.
And you see that this one...
Yeah. Now, look, that's a small scale experiment. One guy doing it with a pitty little laser. I mean, imagine what these people have. I mean, it's insanity when you consider what we have seen happen across the plane for decades. I mean, hurricanes are in question big time for me, and so are tornadoes.
Yeah. Now you see that the white wasn't affected as much on this frequency.
Well, this would explain how a car could melt and the tree next to it is perfectly fine.
Yeah. But another thing is, you know, we all heard about this project Blue Beam and something. We all think, yeah, it's going to be a hologram in the sky. Maybe it was just some kind of laser, you know, and the blue laser doesn't affect anything blue. So it's pretty interesting, you know. And you see here, he connected the energy with the blue one, but now and then after one, he just changed the frequency to another one, so you can burn all of it.
So what are the odds that during one of these events taking place, whoever's controlling the frequency is tuning in and out to whatever they want in whatever location? This is why we do see a pattern here of things that are left perfectly intact and other things that are completely disintegrated, like FUBAR.
But look, this is what they use, Jen.
Right.
This type of laser beam.
Yep.
But look, we can look at it, Jen. Okay. We'll see exactly how it doesn't make sense. You see?
Right, right.
What happened here?
Perfectly fine, but everything around it's toast.
Yeah, there's even a worse example. Look here. Oh, this center, nothing, but all around it,
And look at the blue right
Yeah,
there.
no, the blue
Blue
is
wasn't affected.
no, at all. Like you can see the blue here
Yes.
didn't burn at all. The green just a little bit.
It's just unbelievable. So
Yeah, but what is look? Oh, only this row here. This row here between. Oh, only this one. Pretty interesting. Let's see. And you'll see other places like this.
see how the
Oh,
street's not affected either.
no.
You know, they make sure the roads stay intact.
Okay. Only
I
this
mean, you say,
one.
well, you know, how's a road going to burn, Jen? But still, I mean,
Look, how can a fire just
melt
touch
asphalt.
this, but not this, you know?
How is
But goes there right after, jump these ones. Doesn't make, you know? The only thing that makes sense is that someone was controlling this. You see, oh, how come this big tank didn't blow up?
because it's
Oh.
green. It's green. The trees are green. That's why the trees are still standing.
Yeah. But you can
You know, then they hit pause. It goes a little further. They hit, you know, go again and start pointing.
Yeah. But you can see that all the coast ones have been all destroyed almost.
Yeah, this is exactly where they wanted to clear out.
Yeah.
This is profane times we're living in,
here.
guys.
And also what I want to show is that in the episode of the new weapon of the Simpsons, everything got burned, but look at the blue.
They're telling you right there, guys. They're telling you.
Didn't get affected at all.
I mean, how sad is it that we live in a world where if you want to know the truth of what's going on, you got to watch The Simpsons. I mean, we are in bizarro world.
Yes, it's crazy.
Yeah, I played it again, Melanie. No, I just played the not the song, the drop. Here, I'll do it again for you.
Can you guys hear me?
Oh,
But that's proof that's just the light, the visible light is only a frequency that anything can be tuned in and change, you know, and maybe even like you know, they have a pH chart for like maybe food or something, but they use the colors and some type of number. Maybe it's all a frequency again, but they just put it as a pH grid, but I guess it's the frequency of it, you know. It's everything, it's just a frequency. It's amazing how this world is. It's just what I like to say is that the life is just a song and we all dance to it all our life, you know, depending on it. And when you say it's just a frequency, we just move along a frequency, and that's how our life are.
words are impactful. Your words carry a frequency. When you are hating on someone, you are affecting their chemistry in their body. When you're hating on yourself, of course, when you're putting out hate, you're actually bringing that back into your body, because you're not staying within the attitude of gratitude and love and abundance and gratefulness, and joy and happiness and love, acceptance. And I don't mean the type of acceptance with this all-inclusive craziness that's going on in the world. I don't mean that. You know, what everybody does on their own time, that's between them and the creator, in my opinion. But we have to hold a certain level of vibrational frequency yourself.
Yeah, when you hate on someone, you actually not hate on someone. There's something with you, because there's something that this person did to you that you didn't like, and that's why you hate that person. But the real reason is something that has been done to you. It's always back to you, and you need to look back and move over it and think about it, and think on why you are acting this way against that person. What did person did to you, and get over it. And once you get over it, it's done. You don't.
Yeah, a lot of people want to get other people back, or like, oh, she said this about me and she was talking smack about me, so now I have an opportunity to make her look bad, or all that crap. Man, it's no bueno.
No, but there's yeah.
If you find yourself surrounded by people like that all the time, you got to ask yourself, why are you attracting these kind of people in your life?
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I kind of self-isolated myself from the world to a certain extent because I was getting like screwed over by people left and right. And I was just like, is it me? Is it them? I don't understand what's going on here. I treat people how I want to be treated, but I wasn't getting treated that way by people. And for me, it's like, I'm okay with it. I got enough knives sticking out of my back. I can barely sit back in this chair. There's so many knives sticking out of my back, but I don't hate. I pray. It is what it is. They did what they did, and I grew from it. I learned from it, and I turned that inward, and I'm better for it.
Yeah. I was trying to find a quote of someone. I think it was the wife of one president, but it's a quote that she took from another person, and it goes like, low mind people talk about themselves, middle mind talk about others, and great mind just don't talk about others. They just give information, And I see a lot of this, just people just bashing and talking about other people rather than just giving up information and stuff.
A good example of that is what we all went through last year with all that bashing of Meltology and all those people making hit pieces on us and stuff like that. We didn't sit there and talk smack about them, whatever. I mean, it was just like, here's the proof. You can't see it. That ain't my problem. I'm not going to force you to see it. But at the same time, you learn from that and you think, well, what would be the root cause of them even doing something like that? Yeah. And clearly we're coming out with the right information and it's reaching so many people and stuff. And, you just don't fire back. You move on, you stay in your lane and you pray for those people. That's all.
Yeah.
And you'll see karma will come back and kick them in the ass and you'll just keep cruising down the road.
Yeah. And you see, they don't have content and good content unless they talk about other people, because some people, group of people like that. That's why people listen to reality TV shows. Other people's life. What about yours? You don't. Some people take more attention to other people's life that they don't even know than their own. That this is a big problem.
I think the TV shows so much drama in these sitcoms and movies and stuff that people live their lives like these movies and TVs shows and stuff and create more drama and strife within their own lives because they think that's how life's supposed to be, like a fucking hour-long sitcom show or movie or whatever. And it's just like, no, that's nothing like how it's supposed to be. But they're conditioned to almost, they seek out the drama in their lives at this point. I mean, I've always said for a long time, I don't do drama. This is why I don't engage with all these jackwagons out here who want to, say stuff about Meltology and all this stuff. I don't have to prove anything to them. They mean nothing to me. I'm staying in my lane. I'm just doing my thing and following the research and where it's leading us. If people want to poo-poo along the way, that's on them. I can't feed into that type of drama. Now, if I was somebody who was all engrossed in myself and trying to be like, pump up this big ego self-image and be like, oh, fire him back, and it'd be this tit for tat for days and weeks and months and everybody talking smack and everybody else getting all worked up and it's just not where I want to be in life. That's not how I see my world and how I want my vibration to be. And I don't want anything like that near me. So if I repel it, it's like if I sense that that's happening, I just step back. I'm like,
Yeah, it doesn't do any good to you. It just brings you into these lower vibration, like we showed in the beginning, Just anger, hate, not.
Yeah, they did, didn't they? And what did we do? We turned that around and made tardy glue. Which they probably hate even more. So, they can fire away. We'll take it and make it great, whatever it is they throw at us. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, because we took what they throw at us like insults and turn it into something good for us, So
yep, exactly.
It won't work. And once
they give up after a while.
Yeah, we can call them bullies, Once the bullies don't see that it doesn't work, they just stop.
They go away. Or every once in a while they'll have a little meltdown here and there and hear about it and stuff, but they go away. It's just like whatever.
Yes.
I had a really good time, Shiva. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think I want to touch a bit of Meltology.
Yeah.
But before I got like a frequency in Meltology, so it's a video of
Meltology.
yes. Okay. How long is it? Oh, this one. No, it's oh, maybe we can. I never listened to this one because I have a video of John Hutchison on my YouTube, but this one I've never seen. I don't know if he got like the same.
Way to harness an untapped force in the universe. What goes up must come down, right? Well, unless you've figured out a way to harness an untapped force in the universe. Enter this lab and everything you know gets tossed out the window. Welcome to the world of John Hutchison, where the improbable may just become our reality.
Yeah.
John Hutchison has been dabbling with electricity for decades, copying the work of famed scientist Nikola Tesla, whose AC power still runs our world.
Which, let's just pause it right there. That picture is one of like a handful of pictures of Nikola Tesla that you can find anywhere on the internet.
Yeah, I know.
Just saying.
Know. Yes. This one and the one that is like in his lab with all the electricity. And then you got the old one, like he's almost like dying.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to show like, don't want them to talk, but what the experiment of frequency can do with to a lot of stuff. Because this guy didn't even know what he was doing, but he was like directing energy to different type of objects. You know, it could be a metal object, like you see that frequency did move this one, but not this one, and also could break like metal or even make things fuse together. Yeah, look at this. Oh my god. Yeah, this piece here, it was broken by frequency. You know, it almost looks melted, like we see like some kind of bricks almost. And also liquids can turn liquid into solids or just old. The same one. But what happened to this guy? Because this is how you explain how can a brick change into something else just by frequency.
Exactly.
Just look, this thing became like, look at this liquid.
The metal melts too, doesn't it?
Yes, I think where is it? Look, this one just broke off because the frequency was too hard. The molecule cannot hold together. Yeah, the metal, where is the metal? Yeah, you fuse like a spoon with another type of metal. And this guy cannot even reproduce today what he did, because he doesn't have like all the thing that he found. Because when he first built this stuff, he took parts from all the warships that were decommissioned. And you know, these warship had a lot of these electromagnetic things because they communicated long distance.
Right.
Where is that spoon? I just want to show that because it's not the same video that I have on my
Oh, he's dressed like one of the
Star Trek. Yeah,
Star Trek Enterprise people.
yeah, I think he believes, but he believes he's still a space
junkie.
Yeah, but you know the people his age, you know, are
It's okay. We forgive
boomers.
him.
Yeah, they seen it on TV, you know. So,
Dude, I think he passed away, didn't he? But I think he would totally get Meltology.
You know what? I've heard a show maybe a month ago. They said it was John Hutchison and his wife talking, but I've seen many videos of John before. He sounded really different. His laugh was different. Sometimes it sounded like him, but I don't know.
I don't know. I thought I heard he died.
I thought too.
I don't know.
But yeah, I've heard like he was on a radio show with his wife, and I think he's got a channel. But he doesn't sound the same. But you know, how many people got replaced? I don't know.
Yeah.
Even like the guy, the senator, you know, the bald one. There's like 3 of them. It's crazy.
You've seen Westworld, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Westworld was crazy, and they were using some kind of technology to upload your consciousness to these things.
Yeah. And the biofield video. Did you listen to the biofield video, John?
I did listen to it. Yes. Do you want to play it?
No, I don't think.
No.
I don't think we can actually play this, but we'll put the link in the chat if anyone wants to listen to it.
Oh, I just wanted to let everybody know. Lilu got fixed yesterday. Took her to the vet. She's back home now.
Oh, she is?
Can you guys hear me?
Okay, Lilu. Say hi to everybody. She just wants to suck on my ear. Yes, guys.
She's doing fine. She wasn't like drowsy.
No. Yeah. Look, say hi, Lilu.
Oh, she's so cute.
She's got a little.
She wants
her
mommy.
belly. I don't know if you can see it, but
Yeah.
She's good. She's a good girl.
Yeah.
She loves her mama.
Oh, I like these calico cats. They're so nice.
Yeah, she's got such a cute bushy tail. I mean, it's
yeah.
So all right, baby, go lay down.
Yeah, I listened to the series. It's a series maybe from 2019 or 18. It's called Devs. DEVS. And it's about kind of like a place like Google. There's some developers, you know, doing thing, but they have like a secret place that people go work, just special people, and they work on a project. And they use special project where they use the frequency from DNA, because all of us have a different frequency. Our DNA produce frequency all different, you know, each of one of us. That's why you can tune into a certain frequency if you find it, but it's really hard to find unless they have your blood or your hair or something like that.
Yeah, and look at all the people that sent their DNA in the Ancestry.com.
Exactly.
I wasn't one of those people, by the way. I know exactly.
No, I will never do this. I know exactly why they use it. We don't care about genealogy. They just want your DNA. That's all. But why? Maybe they want to have your frequency, you know. Because I once heard that in Google buildings, you have to give your DNA to work at Google, and and they know everyone that's in the building anytime because of this DNA frequency. Yeah, I've heard of it. If it is it true? I probably because I've read like
I've given over my DNA.
no, but you know if you won't give it up, they will come and take it.
No,
Just
there's
they just
people that go around and collect DNA that is just left by humans through the course of our reality here. Like, say if my hair went out
yes
the window, there'd be somebody that could collect that and keep it for themselves as just like I forget what they call it, some kind of DNA, environmental DNA or something like that.
yeah
You
yeah
know, like say if you picked your fingernail or something, or you even spit on the ground, even, you know, or your gum, you spit your
yeah.
gum out.
Yeah. But you know the stories of the voodoo dolls, but it's the same process, you know, because our the frequency, just like the DJed column, the same one reacts with it. You know, your own frequency. You know, if you do something to something that has the same frequency, you know, it can hurt you or make you good in some way. In some way, it is true. But at one point, I don't know. But I think we can communicate with each other with the same frequency in an instant if we had the if we knew how to do it. First of all,
Exactly.
just like yeah.
We could tune into each other's frequency.
Yeah.
We
But
wouldn't need telephones. We would have telepathy.
yeah, telekinesis like that.
Telekinesis and all this stuff. Yeah. They have us using everything externally, even flying in airplanes. It's ridiculous. You can astro travel,
Yes.
you know?
But they have put our thoughts in a box, and so we have trouble breaking out of it now.
Yeah.
But the big thing that is, it's I don't know if you know about broadband frequencies and low band frequencies. Like let's take your radio station, like the AM frequencies that now have abolished. Remember when when you passed through power lines, if you were on AM, the energy from the power lines could get through in your radio, and you heard it.
Right.
But you know why? Because the AM frequencies are broadband, and they take a lot of place in the airways, and there's no more space for small frequencies, and that's why they had to take it out. And maybe that's why they had to take out all the buildings, because the frequency that they did inhibit their own frequencies that they wanted you to buy, you know, like the radio station and all this stuff. It's probably one other reason that they took out all the energy grid from these buildings. So but
I agree 100%. I do have one more thing to screen share before we get out of here. I'm just going to go into a screen share real quick. It has nothing to do with the topic we're talking about, but it does have to do with Vesuvius. And I was talking about, you know, the different buildings on Vesuvius and stuff a few live streams ago. We were looking at my other Pompeii site. But this one here actually shows the other buildings. Now, I showed this one up here and what it looked like after they bombed it, which they say it went off in 44, but they actually bombed it.
Yeah.
And but over here you can see the upper station. Again, this building is not new. It's quite old looking. You can see that there's some bricks missing here. Whatever outer coating paint or whatever was on it is coming off the outer plaster and stuff. And you can see you're really, really high up here. You look down here, you can see the Gulf of Naples. And also there is this one, which is another building that was up there that's no longer there. That's just jutting out of the side of this supposed volcano. And I really like this picture. Again, it doesn't look new. It looks old world. It's got brick. It's got whitewash coating over top of it, some kind of whitewash plaster over it.
Yeah, the insulating for the bricks. You know.
So yeah, I wanted to show that, and because I never got to show that before, and I just found the site again. There you go.
Okay. Oh, that's it.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
it.
I'll just go into.
Field trip to Vesuvius, Johnny. Yes, that, and then we're off to the Amalfi Coast, and then we're going to go to Tenerife, Canary Islands. After we hit Santorini and Crete.
Yes. All right. On the last show, I was talking about villages that got flooded by dams,
Mm-hmm.
and I found this one this week. And look at this. This is what's left today. Just this spire here. But look at this again. All this like mud and stuff, just like we saw in the other. But look at what it looks like before.
Wow.
It was really old.
So are they saying that when they flooded it, all this stuff washed away, and that's why it's flat now?
No.
They dismantled this city before they flooded it.
They dismantled the city before. Look at this here, this giant wall left. What? They just destroyed all of it.
Oh yeah, I see the roofs off and everything now. Okay, good. I got it big. Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look. But again, there's still some. But at one point, they just sanitized the entire location, and you can see some still remaining, but it just is filled with mud. You see, look, that's what it looks like. But I have, you see these graves are the people that die when they flood because they didn't care.
What?
Yeah, Jen, I have I will show you the video. Somebody made a documentary about this place, but there's a preview. I will play it. It's and it shows everything.
That's crazy, Chapeau.
Yeah, look at this village again, and now there's only, and they have reproduced. This is the entire village. You can see the towers here.
Right. Okay. Wow.
But now the water, the ground is at this level. You see?
Right.
Because all of this is under, but it's just buried. This is what they have remade one on the new village that is higher now. But this is the only thing that's left. But I found
how many villages and towns are just gone like that?
I found so many, Jen. I didn't even was searching for them. I was searching for this one, and then another one popped up, and then another one. And
what's interesting about this picture here?
Which one? This one?
Go back.
This one?
Yeah. The black conical roof. If this melted down more, would that be black runny stuff running down it, maybe?
Yes, probably. Probably, Jen.
Yep.
All of this. Look, this is how it looks now.
So, do you think this is sediment from the water that washed in over that, or did they dump extra sand and stuff there?
Yeah, I think it's rubble from all of this, what they destroyed. Also,
Gotcha.
Because look at this one; it's already melted over. You can see an old wall here.
Wow.
Probably really older building, but look, they started destroying all of it. And this is because look, there's still stuff everywhere.
Wow. Yeah. All right. It's amazing that tower stayed standing now. I mean, that's really well built.
Yeah. And look, the water was coming, but still, it wasn't destroyed yet. See?
Yeah.
Again, they just open up the and
Wow,
this
look
is
at that.
this is what they found today.
Red brick.
Yeah, red brick and openings to underground, like even the people that died.
Wow.
And this is the dam. This is the overflows of water for the dam.
Right, right.
This was the premiere of the documentary I'm talking about. But yeah, look, remains of pillars. Wow. The metal was twisted because they destroyed. So they destroyed with probably explosives the remainings.
Wow.
Only the foundations are left.
And whatever's underground, maybe.
Yes. Yes, also. And look at this tile work here, Jen.
Oh, wow.
Honeycomb shapes.
Wow.
And it goes.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, imagine these ones like melted in two. They could create like what you called it, these
Basalt.
Yeah, the basalt, or even like the wall in polygonal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I have like another look. What's going on? Oh, red brick.
Oh, what's that doing there? This one we have Chapeau.
Yeah.
This one drop. I love it. Here we go.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
I haven't used that one in a while.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, so this place, what's the name of it again? It's it's Grown. I think it's in Germany. I'm not sure.
Grown?
Yeah, Grown. But we will listen to this 1 minute and 52 seconds video. Just tell me if you hear it.
I don't hear anything yet.
No?
No.
Okay. Because maybe I didn't share it with sound. All right, so stop screen share.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
You hear that, Melanie? Here you go. Melanie.
Where's the glue? I'm out.
Oh, that was cool how it echoed. Oh, wait. Do that screen split again. Do that screen split again. Like you're going between whatever. How you just, there you go.
Can you hear me?
Oh, that was cool. Thank you, Chapeau.
Thank you, Melanie.
Okay.
All right, do you hear?
Yes.
Look at the background. Crazy melted.
Die Leute haben sich nicht am Widerstand können leisten.
I know
Da
it's
hat
in
man kein
German.
Verständnis gehabt. Zeit der Diktatur.
Sie haben gesagt, eins wird es bis 48 fertig haben, 49 muss der See kommen. Haben wir die Termine gesetzt und dann ist die Montag.
Yeah, look. Do you hear me, Jen? Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. I hear you, Melanie. I wake up in the middle of the night saying, I hear you, Melanie.
But yeah, look, you can see the place.
Big village.
That was quite a structure right there.
8 Lire, das ist ein Stempelpapier auf 8 Lire. Und der Quadratmeter ist mit 1 Lire abgefunden.
You see? The government bought a square meter for $1.
$1.
They gave $1 to the people for their
Mein Onkel hat
each square
versucht, mit
meter
dem
they own.
Chefingenieur einmal zu reden, aber das hat es nicht gegeben.
You know, they just came in and destroyed.
Dat dan zou je zo meegeven, ze werden niet te kennen voor de raam, joh. Dan sind sie eintreiben, hast du gemisst gehen.
They didn't want to go. They just
Die
flooded.
haben sich lang schwer
You know, just same thing that happened in Hawaii. You know, they didn't want to go. They just flooded it, so they had to go. You know, they couldn't live anymore.
und da jetzt etwas Positives an den See zu finden. Oder das gut zu heißen, dass das jetzt genutzt wird.
Alles ist untergegangen. Gauerholz, was wir gewöhnt sind gewesen, das ist alles verschwunden.
Well, there were some good shoes he had on. Go back and let me see his shoes again. Them Germans, they know how to make shoes.
Yeah.
Was wir gewöhnt sind gewesen.
Look at boots he's got on. They got nice tread and everything.
Oh yeah, yeah. Nice, nicely made.
Das ist alles verschwunden.
But yeah, just to say again, what government and cities would do just to make some money. They don't care. They don't really care. It's crazy.
Michael Jackson said they don't care about you.
Yeah. No. About us.
Motherfucking titty sucking two ball bitch.
Yeah. And so many other places I've seen, like I can show like really quick another.
This is bullshit.
Okay, where is that? But like I can show really quick, Jan.
What are you gonna show?
This, you see it?
Oh yeah.
I'll go really fast. This, another one here, just another village.
Where's this place at?
But this one, because the water receded, that they now find it. This one is in Italy.
Oh, wow! Look at that dome right there, and all that. That's
All of this was underwater.
Wow.
All of it. Now look, the water even receded even more.
Wow.
This is what they found, but all of it was really. But look, you can see the dam behind.
Yeah,
Again.
yeah. Wow.
This is one place. This is in England. Look, when the water receded again,
There's a wall right there. Yeah.
they found like all of this. This was all underwater. There's this one that they found in, I think in Turkey, not so long ago. Okay, I can see. Yeah, because they built this thing. Look at this.
Oh, this is crazy.
Yeah, they built this thing, and then the water receded, and all of this was exposed again. This village, probably all of this was also buildings. There's this one.
Wow.
This one that we showed last.
Yeah, I remember this one. Mhm.
Yeah, this one still has water, but the one that I showed didn't have any. But the one I want to show is this place here. Here.
Oh, this place is crazy.
Yeah, this place was all underwater, but now the water again.
This is a more recent town, though, right?
Yes, in the 70s. It was a big resort in the 70s.
Wow.
But now look, it's like this. Again, because they built the dam higher up, just for energy.
Wow.
That we could have from free energy without like making and destroying stuff. It's and look at this slab right in the tree. It's crazy. But here, yeah, look. Here's a picture.
This is the right view that he's looking at. I got you.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is what it looked like in the 70s. maybe 60s, 60s,
Crazy.
70s. Yeah. So the water didn't destroy all of this. I don't think so. Somebody had to come and destroy all of it. Look at this.
Yeah.
Because even the graves, look, the grave are just.
He's still there. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow. Viewer discretion advised.
Well, it was probably flooded to this level here, you can see. But at one point, probably all of this valley was. But you can see it lost all of its coloring, the bricks. But yeah, this is just another place. There's so many. When you start looking at this, is just another one, I think.
Wow.
In Germany again.
That's crazy looking right there.
Because it serves two purposes, they hide the true history, and they can sell you energy and make money. So it's a win-win for them, but not for us and the people that were living there.
That's very true.
They lost their place, they lost everything, and
Yeah.
they didn't give them any money. Like they said, they gave $1 for each square centimeter, and it's not a lot, And this is what I wanted to show you again. Another town that was submerged, but look at the tile work on the.
That's crazy looking. Just like the other place.
Yeah, but this one's not a floor. It's like the
interior wall.
The interior wall, yes.
Wow.
Wow. That's pretty interesting stuff. When you look at these dams and why they built them, and a lot of them broke at one point, because they didn't build them well enough.
Wow.
Not like the old world, like this.
Yeah, look at this.
And this one, I couldn't find anything. They say it's in BC somewhere. I think they say it's under this thing here, but look at the background. Look at this.
Wow, that is a huge melted building up there.
Yeah. Crazy.
Jeez. Look at that. Yeah, look at that. Wow.
This thing, Jen, is so high up in the mountains.
Can you zoom in on this?
Yes.
This reminds me of the lattice work we saw at Yagishima.
This is an hotel in Banff in the mountain, but this is in the 1800s. No, wow. This one is 1929, but they had to look at this thing.
Wow. It's massive.
So much people want to go skiing in 1929.
Guess. I guess. I don't think so.
No, I know. It's they probably found a lot of them half buried or half destroyed. But let's dabble a bit of Meltology. Look at this thing. What is going on?
We'll just build it. Well, don't worry about it. We'll lift it up. We'll put the brick under it, and then we'll set it back down and build over top of it.
Yeah, exactly. And look, the transition here.
Again, I'm going to stress this was all nice brick, not janky, weird rock that they built with.
Yeah, because you can see here, pieces of bricks everywhere.
There's a brick right there. There's a brick, and another one, and another one, and another one bites the dust.
Oh yeah. Yeah, look at this. You don't build a castle like this, and this one it's even worse.
Oh my God, guys, who's picking up sedimentary layers and putting brick under it and on top of it?
Yeah. What the?
Wow. There's only one thing that can explain that: Meltology.
Yep, exactly. Well, I think
Jackwagon geologist is going to explain that.
Yeah.
He's going to get slammed right into the archaeologist, and they're going to lose consciousness because they hit each other so hard.
Yeah. Like I want to see, this one's a great example of the covering that they put over the bricks that looks like it's stone sometime, and it can turn into, but you can see that it was all bricks here. The smaller ones here, they turn the bigger pieces and look like pieces of it just crumble, and you can see underneath that it's all red bricks.
Right, that's right. Just more proof, guys, more proof. They didn't put in janky, weird gray rock. Throw in some bricks and call it a day.
Yeah. You can clearly see the transition into here.
Transition right into sedimentary layers. It took millions of years to form.
Yeah.
Look at that. Go back a picture.
No, this.
Again, I just want to stress you can still see the parallel running lines of where these bricks are. They call them sedimentary layers, but what we're seeing as layering is actually brick layers.
Yeah.
Even melted, muffed up, and going slate, they still hold their parallel running lines, which they call now sedimentary layers.
Yeah. That's the only reason they can still hold, because they're fused together in speed.
Mm-hmm. That's a really good picture.
And this thing here, you know.
That could be like the very top of some part of the building.
Yeah, you can see on top there's a pocket of survival still left, and a part on the other side. See this?
Oh yeah, okay, I see it now. I made the picture big. Now, who are you kidding me? They're bringing brick and mortar on top of this thing and slapping some over here for what? For what?
No, there's
This
no.
again is where geologists and archaeologists slam right into each other and knock each other out.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And this one just make it make sense.
Yeah, make that make sense, please.
Look at this. What happened? What's this one also? But the interior part of it, you know, it's just became one piece. Yeah.
Yeah. Be interesting to go inside and see the back side of it.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I don't know.
What is that? Natural bricks on the ground? Is there a volcano nearby?
Yeah.
Spitting out bricks.
Yeah, volcanoes are everywhere.
See that one.
Yeah, and all of this. Look at that.
Oh, there's just walls everywhere here.
Yeah, coastlines and openings.
Clearly brick openings as well. You can still make out on those arches.
Yeah.
Brick.
Pebblecrete everywhere. These things still holding.
That's amazing. Look what happened to the mortar between them.
Yeah, it's rocks now. small slates. And what
Absolutely
is this?
amazing how malleable our consciousness is, that we couldn't see it before.
Yeah.
It was right in front of our eyes. All this stuff's been right in front of our eyes. Just look at the melt, guys. Look at it.
Yeah, and they will call this their tombs now. But what the fuck melted all of this? You know, they didn't carve this meltage.
No, they did not.
No.
That's one narrative I'm not buying. Look at that. Oh, interior of the building melting.
Yeah, they're gonna. Yeah,
look at that drippy brick up there. That's great.
Yeah, again, this one.
Wow.
Interior just melted. This thing.
Fred Flintstone's house.
Yes.
Red brick. Can we zoom in on this one?
Oh yeah, for sure.
It looks like there's a lot of brick on the inside there. What's that, a windbreaker? Yeah.
Well, what's going on? It doesn't zoom or what?
Because look, you can see the brick transitioning on the far right-hand side Far right hand side. Yeah, keep moving over the other way. The other way. The other right. The other way. There you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
Right there. Look at that. And there's brick inside. You can see the brick inside. I mean, this is just amazing evidence. And then they got a windbreaker right here.
But you see this thing, this arch that is buried. But it's this one. Look.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Here you can see it here. So what's an arch doing buried in here, you know?
Yeah, and why is somebody building a brick pyramid right here in front with all this weird janky rock?
Yeah, exactly. You can still see the brick lines.
Mm-hmm.
This is just a building that just tumbled over, you know?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, this is the pyramid.
That was to block the wind from coming in this big gaping hole behind us.
Yes.
Honey, can you build me a windbreaker? I like mine a little on the melty side.
Yeah.
Like splatter cone-ish.
Yeah. And build me some benches in front of the house, you know? Look at these remains. Yeah, these are just places that I found like
Oh, go back one picture. That was
while
pretty cool.
searching. This
Look
one?
at that. No, the other one you just run.
Oh, this
that
one.
one.
Yeah.
Let me make this big. This reminds me of those futuristic cities that we were looking at with the layered buildings.
Oh, okay, this, yeah.
Yes, this is very reminiscent of that. Wow. That's crazy.
I think I should, yeah.
You can really see that brick layer in there. That's so cool.
Yeah.
See, under the rock curtain, you can make out the layers up top too. So part of the rock curtain fell off up top right there, and you can see the layers just like between the two thick ones down here.
Yeah, right here.
So this thick grayish material that we're seeing is rock curtained over more of these brick layers that we see squished between them.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really cool.
Yeah, we can go to.
We need a chisel.
Yeah.
Where you at, Kairos?
Same place again, just another section of it. This one, you know, you go on the side. This is Jen. Okay, but look, this is the new type of dam that they're built. Look at this mound of rock.
Is it dirt? Is it a dirt dam? A damn dirt dam?
Yes. Look, it's just rocks.
Okay, I gotcha.
Just pile of rock. Look, that's what they did.
Oh.
But look, they go straight into the mountain. You know.
Mm-hmm.
They had like right in this one.
I see it. Yeah. Oh, wow! Look at that.
Yeah, and this yeah. These people's gonna get flooded one day.
Yeah, they're gonna have to move.
Yeah, you can see here all of this.
I'm gonna have to go soon. My little kitty wants attention.
Oh yeah, I was just
These are great bricks, though. Wow, look at that. Looks like a lot of apertures down here on the lower right-hand corner.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, some windows and stuff.
This is the cove. Yeah, this place, this thing.
Again, with all this black drippy stuff running down it too.
Yeah.
Yes, baby, come here. All right. She's got such a tiny little meow. So cute.
All right, I think I will end it with this thing. Something got obliterated here. Look at this.
Oh, I gotta take my earring out. Yeah, that thing is melted down and out.
Like many places that we see this type of, there's like some kind of river going all over it, but if you can see it, it's all rubble of some sort. There's this structure everywhere around this place. You can clearly see lines here. But yeah. All right. So I think.
She wants attention. I can't deny her anymore. She gets all really just on me.
Yeah. No, she's so cute. My cat does the same time thing. She's sleeping. So, I don't know if you can see it. She's right. You can see her
Oh,
here,
yeah,
right
I
there.
see her. Let me make it big on my end. There she is. Oh, look at her little eyes glowing now. She's so cute.
Hey, Jinx.
She's like, what? You talking about me?
Oh, look, she just winked.
Eyes are going down.
All right.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for having me. I really had a lot of fun.
Yeah, thanks for doing a show on my channel this time. We don't
Yeah,
do it often, but
we
it
got 40
doesn't
people
matter
here.
if we do it on yours or mine. I don't.
Yeah, we got 40 people here. That's good.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah. And guys, if you're tardy, you got to rewind. We covered a lot of stuff and I dropped a lot of links. So if you're able to get the chat back up, the links are in the chat. And I'll drop this one link one more time here. I have it on my paste. Yeah, this site here is a good site. Check out. All right. Well, Shapu, thank you so much for having me. I'm going to get out of here and I love you guys. You know, let it not be said that we stood by and did nothing.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good night. Yes.
All right. I'm going to hit the end stream on my end. All right. Mwah. Love you guys.